of the White House this year, so that's pretty neat. And I've been bringing it through here. That gives us, as a community, the opportunity to help decorate it. I believe, right, Rusty? People can make ornaments, those kind of things.
There's already been that happening.
Oh,
They've
that
been
happened
making
already.
ornaments. Those ornaments have to be mailed in by the end of September, I believe. But there will be other things happening there. I didn't say the timing. The time that the tree is supposed to be in Oakridge is 2:30 to 4:30. It'll be coming from Eugene, so depending on traffic and.
That's a Sunday, right?
It's a Sunday. It's actually Veterans Day, so.
Okay.
So I've asked, I think, from 2 to 5 for the street closure so we can set up, and I'll be looking for people to sit on a committee once we start really getting this going, but it's really, it's a chamber function that we've taken on, and should be fun.
I'm sorry.
The schools have been involved making decorations, and I have had a tree donated, not a live tree because of the timing, it's in November, so it will be a fake tree, but we'll have a tree put up at the Banner Park, and I'm gonna try to decorate it and just be festive. And they're mailing the ornaments to Washington DC to be there when the tree arrives.
Is there an address in here?
It's not something that individuals can mail the ornaments to. Beverly Isaacson from the Forest Service is coordinating the ornaments in our area, so if you have questions about that, she would be a good one to.
Can we send a note to the president?
I don't care.
I got something I'd like to tell him.
Yeah. We all. I'm going there.
Okay, do I have a motion?
I move that we approve the November 11th, 2018 street closure request on East First Street between Cedar and Hope Street for the display of 2018 Capitol Christmas tree.
Paul seconded. Any more discussion? Call for the vote.
Mayor Rowland,
Oh, aye.
Councilor Borco,
Aye.
Councilor Carl,
Aye.
Councilor McMillan,
Aye.
Councilor Riddleman,
Aye.
Councilor Holston,
Aye. Motion passes. Okay, 6.5. Regarding, oh, that's not what I thought it was. Regarding, discussion about, changing attorneys.
Well, I asked for this to be put on, I didn't say change attorneys, I said I'd like to talk about the relationship that the city has with its attorney and find out if, to let the council know my feelings on this, my opinion on this, and see what you all have to say, because it's not up to any one of us, but as a council, I want us to talk about it. So I'm not happy with our attorney. I'm not satisfied with the legal advice they're giving us, and I'm not satisfied with their integrity. And so I want to change them. That's my view. I asked Louis to get me a copy of the fee agreement we have with our attorney to see what our options are, because I didn't know. And so this is a rather old agreement, but they're all pretty much standard and they don't change a whole lot. And what I was looking for is found in paragraph 8, and I'll read it to you, counsel, so you all know. It says, client may, we're the client, may, by action of the city council, that's us, discharge the attorneys at any time, with or without cause, upon telephone notice followed by written notice. The client may secure additional copies of the client's file at any time upon payment to attorneys of any balance owing on all fees and costs, including the cost of photocopying the client's file. Well, so on the negative side of this, when I think about it, we're in the middle of some pretty sticky stuff, and so it's nice to have an attorney that knows your situation. On the other hand, I'd rather have an attorney that I had confidence in, and any good attorney can be brought up to speed very quickly on the city's situation and various elements in the situation, and give us advice that we can count on or depend on. So, for example, when the city attorney tells the city administrator that it's okay to discuss bullet points of what went on in an executive session, I don't think that's right, and I don't like taking that kind of advice from an attorney that
Are
tells me
you
that.
discussing, or are you giving your opinion?
I'm giving you my opinion. That's what I'm giving you my opinion of why I think we need to change our attorney. That's what this is for, Mayor. We don't discuss it now, how will we talk about it? And so, that's my opinion. My opinion is there are a lot of good attorneys out there that would love to have the city's business. We pay them a considerable amount of money, and I would like to have us change attorneys.
Kathy?
Well, I appreciate Councilor Carl bringing this up. And there are pros and cons. So I feel like there's pros and cons to doing it. I think there are more pros to looking at replacing the attorney that we have. I think, and jointly with that, this brings up again the point that we have had the same attorney since 1998. That's 20 years, if not farther back. I don't know for sure, that's what this is. And evidently this is just a rolling contract. I personally think that a contract should have a beginning and an end. It shouldn't just roll. We should say we're gonna do a contract with someone for 5 years and then review it and formally renew it, rather than just let it happen. But that's something that we as a city need to figure out for a lot of our things. As far as the attorney goes, I would like to have a different attorney. I feel, and it's difficult because I don't know, I have never talked to the attorney. So I don't know if the direction they give us comes through and we understand what it should be. Part of it is our job to understand that the attorneys are telling us what their opinion is. It's our job to legislate and to enact upon what they say. I think we as a council don't have a good grasp of that, but I also think our attorneys, I see kind of two sides with what's going on. We're asking them to give us opinions on things that they've already said are okay, and the majority, well, a lot of the council is questioning whether they are okay or not. And so there's kind of this feeling of, well, are they going to give us the best opinion? Or are they gonna give us an opinion that backs what their last opinion was? I don't like feeling that way about an attorney, so I would support moving forward with replacing the attorneys that we have.
Go ahead.
So one more thing, it's not an attorney. We have a law firm that we've retained to represent or advise us. And there are different attorneys in that firm who take different pieces of what they're doing. And so one time when I spoke to Attorney Williamson, he said, oh, no, that's not, I don't know that. That has to go to so-and-so. Well, you go to so-and-so and the other attorney and find out and get back to me. Don't tell me that you don't know because some other attorney in your firm is handling it. And that's the answer that I got. And I find that wholly unsatisfactory. And I could go on. There are other reasons that I don't want to get into here, but I feel strongly that it's time for us to consider a different attorney, city attorney, and the way we would do that is by putting out an RFP, a request for proposal, and see what other law firms would be interested in having our business, and I can assure you there will be several.
Anyone else? So, I don't think at this point in time, until all this legal stuff is resolved, that we should change attorneys in midstream, because they know all the background stuff, and I just think it would be very wrong to change, because we can't get a new attorney up to speed in 15 minutes. It takes a lot longer than that, and it will cost us a lot of money to ask them to copy all their correspondence and stuff with us over the last 18 years. So it would be very costly at this point in time. I think at least until everything's resolved.
My apologies, that was not my dog.
But anyway, I just think at this point in time, until everything is settled, one way or the other, we should keep our attorneys. Go ahead.
So if I understand your objection, it has to do with the cost of bringing another attorney up to speed, and that cost including the copying of all documents for the past 18 years, and not wanting to change in midstream.
Yes.
Is that pretty much what we
Yes.
want? So there's, if it's correspondence to us, we have it. We don't have to ask them to copy it.
Yeah.
We already have the correspondence for 18 years. If it's important to have it, we should have it. Secondly, bringing another attorney up to speed can be done in about an hour and a half. Now, I don't know what they charge, but, so it isn't gonna be that costly. And I ask you, what is the cost, the potential cost of having an attorney that gives you bad advice? And so I would rather spend.
I
would-
don't believe
I'm
that
still
he
speaking.
gave.
I'm still speaking, please. I don't interrupt you. I think that, in the total scheme of things, while I understand that, it always costs money to change, sometimes change in the long run, change is necessary and puts you in a better position at the end of the day. And that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at having really good attorneys, not to say they're bad, but having a good attorney that we can count on. And if it costs a few dollars to get us there, I say now's the time to spend that money, now's the time to do it. Before we get into, we're in the middle of this stuff, let's have good legal advice while we're going through it. Let's not wait until it's all over and then bring in an attorney that we can count on.
So I would ask that council members coming up to the executive session, put together their thoughts on what they want as city attorney, so that we can discuss it in depth, in detail, at our executive session. It's important that we get together and decide what it is we want from a city attorney.
Is that something we can talk about in executive session?
I don't
I don't think so. I think we
Well,
already.
we can discuss it, we can't vote on it.
I don't know that, let me confirm that for you.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I believe the only thing we can talk about in that executive session is what it was called for.
Correct.
And we can't deviate and talk about other things.
We could discuss it in a work session also, if we didn't want it to be
Yeah.
council.
No, I think that we need, as individuals,
I agree with you.
we need
I agree.
to put our
Gotta
heads
speak
together.
up, people.
We need to put our heads together and come up with what we want in a city attorney. We need to identify
Right.
deficiencies that we see now, and we need to identify what we want them, what kind of service they want.
Absolutely, I agree with you. I just don't think we can do it in an executive session. I think we can do it in a work session.
Well, we can do it. I just hope we do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree with Council Wilson, that is something we need to do. And I would also point out that sometimes this isn't just a matter of good advice versus bad advice. This is in many cases, fresh advice. It's a fresh view, it's a different view. Because our attorneys give us an opinion, when we're not confident with that opinion, it doesn't mean that we think it's bad. We just don't think that perhaps it's the freshest and most accurate opinion that could be given.
So excuse me, I like to say, I agree with you in your approach. I just don't think it's appropriate to do it in an executive session.
But I was using the executive session to get an answer.
Oh. You didn't mean that.
Thank you.
You didn't mean that.
Say that, I didn't hear what you said.
He was teasing me.
Go ahead, Louis.
Then I think the September sixth meeting would be a good opportunity for your work session before you go into your September 12th.
So we can talk about those things. Okay, Susan,
I think at this point that I.
speak up, please.
I think at this point that I need to go on record as the finance director to let you know that there could be, because of potential lawsuits that are pending litigation, any way you want to word it, changing attorneys now could have a financial liability to the city that all the councilors should be aware of. I'll prepare a packet of information for each of the councilors to review. That will give them a little bit of an overview of some of the information that our current council has been made aware of, so that they will be able to make a more informed decision.
I think we already have that information, don't we? Isn't that what you said that we just got?
The stuff you've been withholding from us?
No.
Well, if you haven't been withholding it, then we have it.
Well, you know what, Gary? I do have something for you. If you want it tonight? you can
I
have it
want it
tonight.
tonight.
This is a conciliation. I was made aware that this discussion might come up. And I'm in a rather precarious position because on official level, change attorneys, I love it. But as a finance director, I do have an obligation to let you know. This is some of the information that was forwarded to the city attorney to let them know, because I have an obligation to the city to make the city attorney aware of information that was found or that may be used against the city in a potential lawsuit. The first email, I'm gonna go through quick with bullet points. You guys can take this home and read through it at your leisure. The first one is a copy of an email that was sent in January 2016. There was a 4-2 vote.
Can we have a chance to review this on our own without being
Well,
spoiled?
I'm
Well,
just gonna
she
get
did
bullet
bullet
points.
points.
I'm not
Couple
gonna go through it
bullet
very
points.
fast.
I'm really not interested in
I'm not
bullet points.
interested in bullet points.
I'd like you handed me
I would-
something, I'm not
Okay.
sure what it is, I'd like to look at it.
All right, well, I would like to make one comment, Gary, if you'd let me.
Sure, please,
As the
make your
mayor.
comment.
On the first one, that was from 2016, there was a council vote at that point, a 4-2 council vote on the community center conceptual drawings. There was 2 of them. At that point in time, we had 3 women on the council: Dawn Kenyon, Amy Buckmeyer, and Judy Rowley. This is the comment that was sent from our mayor, then mayor at that point, Jim Cody, to the Alan Longstrom and to Luke Longstrom of the South Bank Development Company.
Point of order, what
I'm just
bearing
letting
does
you-
this have?
Well, I'm just wanting to point out, this is the stuff that he has. You can read through it, and you can go through it on your own.
Let's read.
There's some bullet points in it. You can-
There's no sense in
That's fine.
pursuing that.
City attorney has it. That's fine.
So you're gonna prepare
So you
something for
prepare-
us
No, you have it.
relative to
No.
why we shouldn't or should not consider, why we should or should not change attorneys? Is that what you started out to say?
This is some of the information that your current attorneys have. I'm just making you aware of it.
So,
That's
Lee,
all I'm saying.
did you direct Susie to provide all this information to the attorney?
No, I did not. That was when the mayor
Mayor
found all of this
Rowland?
information. It
Did
was-
you direct Susie to provide all this information to our attorney and not tell the council?
No, but I sent a lot of it to the attorney.
Did you not share with the council what you were sharing with the attorney?
Not at that time.
Why, may I ask respectfully?
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I believe one of the reasons she did not let everyone know at the council at the time is there's some possible violations of meeting laws and other things in the documents that were sent forward. And again, I haven't seen them all. And, but those type of things, that's why they were forwarded, to ensure that, hey, where are we at? So I don't believe there was any intent to hide anything from the council, but She did four,
So you directed Judy to do that?
I didn't direct anybody.
But you know what her intent was because you asked her or told
I did
her?
not
or
ask
she
her.
told
He
you?
did not even know I was forwarding them to
But you
Ross.
didn't know why you did it, but you do know why she did it?
I didn't say I didn't know.
I'm totally,
I'm totally confused.
every time I turn around,
Lying.
somebody's saying, and you violated the public meeting law.
So,
Well, I didn't. So I'm tired of being beaten with that stick.
again, after this was all said, that's what it seemed to me it had to do with possible violations that she forwarded to the city attorney.
But Judy did, Mayor Rowland, you said you didn't know why you sent this.
Possible violations, and she's sending this to the city attorney, and we don't even know about it?
Wow. Right.
How does that work? Somebody explain that to me?
It worked the same way it did in March when you did it.
It was what?
It worked the same way in March when you did it.
Same way in March when I did it.
No, we asked permission. We asked permission to do that.
What did I do?
Okay,
Shame on you.
so, Mayor, I would
Yes.
recommend, as everybody said, let him take it home, let him read it,
Yeah.
and then you're gonna have a work session on September the sixth, am I correct? So at what time do y'all wanna have that?
Well, you wanna wait till 6? Or do it earlier, like that, at 6? What is that?
5, 6, somewhere there.
5:30?
What time do you get home from you, Josh?
4:30.
Oh.
Yeah, about 6 would be good. That would be
I
good.
can do 6.
Yep, that's good.
Gary, can you do 6?
6,
I'll make it work.
Okay,
6 P M, September sixth,
September 6th at 6.
City Hall.
thank you.
At City Hall?
Is it gonna be here?
It's a work session, right?
Well, we can do the work session here, we normally do them at City Hall, the work sessions, but we can do it here.
To you.
To be determined.
Yeah,
Okay, let us know.
location to be determined.
You want me working on it?
Part of your discussion is going to be on this, considering a different city attorney. That's what the work session is.
So, excuse me, this whole discussion that we just had, is it on tape? It's on tape? Can I have a transcription of the tape, rather than just the notes?
And then you want a copy of the tape?
Okay, a copy of the tape.
We'll get you the audio.
I want a copy of the tape, thank you. This whole little flurry here, I wanna know what was said.
Absolutely.
Oh, you got it too. Yeah, I want an official copy, not your copy.
I'll have it on YouTube, you can watch it. Tune in.
Okay. Community services, 7.1.
Okay, council, so